Walker Buehler's spin rates were way down. Kyle Schwarber is the hottest hitter in baseball, and we have Week 14 sleepers here next on Fantasy Baseball Today in 5. Welcome into FBT in 5. As always, make sure to follow and stream us on Spotify. Today is Friday, June 25th. I am Frank Stanfield, joined by Scott White, and Walker Buehler turned in a quality start, has gone 6+ innings in all 15 starts this season. However, he had 4 different pitches with their spin rates down over 275 RPM. Scott, this is the most that I have seen for any starting pitcher. Are you concerned?
Yeah, I mean, it's concerning to see that big of a drop in spin rate. It's not unusual to see a big drop in spin rate, though. And really, we still don't have a great grasp on what this means for any pitcher, or even if we've seen the worst of it yet in terms of dropping spin rates. We've seen some pitchers lose a lot of spin all the way since the beginning of June. We've seen some in this most recent turn since they began enforcing the rule just this week. And some of those that we saw losing spin originally, we've seen lose even more spin now. Garrett Cole comes to mind. But I don't know that any of the starting pitchers that we've seen lose spin have looked completely broken because of it. Trevor Bauer's looked less dominant. Garrett Cole's looked less dominant. Walker Buehler's start was very typical Walker Buehler start until he came in for the 6th inning. He gave up 2 home runs that inning. It still ended up being a quality start, as you pointed out, but the effectiveness didn't really seem off for him. So I don't know what to make of it yet. We need more info, but you'd rather not see him lose that spin.
Kyle Schwarber, 2 more home runs. He's now up to 21 for the season. He has 8 homers over his last 5 games. He's 87% rostered, so he might be out there in some 10-team leagues. Scott, what have you seen from Kyle Schwarber? The guy is ridiculous right now.
You know, we knew he could hit for a lot of power. He had 38 home runs 2 years ago. Terrible during the shortened season last year and got off to a slow start this year. But getting off to a slow start this year for a hitter it was the norm, right? April was a historically punishing month for hitters, and things got better in May. And with all the spin rates dropping across the league here in June, offense has just been ridiculous. And I think Kyle Schwarber has been one of the biggest beneficiaries. His season-long numbers now are actually better than that 2019 season, when I think everybody would have considered him a must-start player. So I think he's back to being that. Obviously, he's going to have to slow down some from here, but definitely a big power hitter.
One of the biggest injury news items from Thursday was Lucas Sims, who was placed on the IL with a right elbow sprain. He's expected to miss the next 3 to 4 weeks. So we're left wondering, is it TJ Antone? Is it Amir Garrett? No, it was Brad Brock, who picked up his first save since 2018. He's exactly 0% rostered on CBS. Scott, are you adding Brad Brock anywhere?
And his ratios have been pretty good this year. He has some closing experience. It took David Bell so long to settle on Lucas Sims as his closer, and it wasn't even 100% clear that Sims was the guy. That I don't know that Brad Brock is just going to be slotted into the role. If you're in a deep league where every prospective save source is picked up right away, I don't know, maybe take a chance just to see if Brock gets the next one too. But I don't have especially high hopes.
I agree there. I have a 15-team league where waivers are running tonight. We're recording this on Thursday, and I've got a bid on them, so see what happens there. Let's get people ready for Week 14. Scott, some sleeper pitchers that you're looking at heading into next week.
So of the 2-start variety, I think Jameson Taillon, who just had his best start of the season on Thursday, and some underlying numbers, particularly with missing bats, that seem pretty good. He's got a 2-start week against the Angels and Mets. I think he's fine. Chris Flexen, who's been on a roll for the Mariners, 2-start week. One of the matchups is against the Rangers. He's not a bad pick. Even Danny Duffy, who only went 2 innings in his return from the IL Wednesday, but looked dominant in those 2 innings. You know, if you can live with him getting a combined 7 innings between his 2 starts and not getting a win, I think that the 2-start week is a time to use him again. 1-start options I like include Ross Stripling, who's of course been hot. He's going against the Rays. Logan Gilbert's turned his rookie season around. He gets the Rangers. Jake Odorizzi, 9 strikeouts last time. He's at Cleveland. JT Brubaker, who's always on this list, it seems, also had 9 strikeouts last time, and he's going against the Brewers.
All right. How about on the hitter side of things? I have a feeling you have a hitter who's also always one of your sleeper hitters.
Yeah, the JT Brubaker of hitters is CJ Cron. The Rockies have a full week at home and really good matchups in those 2 series at Coors Field. So CJ Cron's on this list. Brendan Rodgers is on this list, who's actually looked good in June. Seems like he may be breaking through. Abraham Toro, or Toro Hernandez as he's known on CBS, taking over for Alex Bregman, making a lot of contact for the Astros. Like their matchups this week. Really like the Brewers matchups this week. So I have Luis Arias, who's also had a big June for them. Willie Adames, Colton Wong, even Avisail Garcia if you need some outfield help. They all look like fine plays this week.
For more extensive fantasy baseball coverage, listen to the Fantasy Baseball Today podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, your smart speakers, or anywhere else podcasts are found. And thanks for listening to Fantasy Baseball Today in 5. If you enjoyed the pod, please leave a 5-star review on Apple. We'll be back again on Monday. Bye-bye.